Hello everyone and welcome to my new moon solar eclipse in Sagittarius video. We will be discussing and looking at astro charts and the inside degrees by Elias Lonsdale and dissect every description and explain it in a way for everyone to understand. Alright, so with that being said, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to break it up in parts. I don't know how many parts this is going to be. I'm just going to wing it one day at a time. So here we go. I've only made 6.5 pages so far, so this will be a lot easier. All right, as you know, new moons are new beginnings in astrology. But if we're adding a solar eclipse and how the moon and the sun are both in the sign of Sagittarius, for me, this feels like something is being exposed because the sun rules Leo. So Leo is exposure, and it's in your face and you can't ignore it. And this is going to be surrounding our own belief systems, which is where Sagittarius resides around. So when eclipses happen, it's an important time for, us in our lives to take what we know with the sun being exposure, and eclipse it out of our lives for the new, which is what the new moon is in Sagittarius, which is new beliefs. So I figured after uploading the last two life update videos for number 2, I didn't just go through all of this mayhem to not do this video, right? So it's not even about censorship anymore. It's about the fact that there are people trying to stop me from uploading these videos, these kinds of videos. So, and I didn't just find, riddles in this online book for, the Shane video or my own personal reasons or whatever. It just feels like it's bigger than that. And I want to know what God has to say to the collective about the pandemic because we all deserve it. So if you haven't watched the Shane video, I had explained that the Elias Lonsdale Inside Degrees has riddles in the book, and when you break it down, it's a personal message from God. So, and because this is an eclipse, it's kind of important. So I'm going to do it. And I don't care how I look or if I sound crazy. This is for the collective to decide. So with that being said, I'll let you know when it comes up. Also, I didn't anticipate this to be broken up, and then when I did the last degree, which is where the riddle is, I realized that there are probably going to be more than one riddle, more than one message, so everybody be prepared. Alright, so let's start with the sun, 20 degrees Sagittarius. Okay, I can probably screen share, but I might lag. Alrighty, so we're going to do this whole section right here. And right now we're starting with the sun, 12 degrees Sagittarius. Darn. Did it stop? Okay, sorry, I lagged. Alright, so I guess I showed you the chart if it shows up, but if not, this is why we have to do it this way, which was like the Libra video where we didn't show the chart or the inside degrees because it lags on my laptop. Alrighty. So the sun, 12 degrees Sagittarius, icicles melting. I wrote it all down, all the inside degrees. So I'm just going to read it out loud and you can look it up on the internet and I'll link it down below if you want to read it yourself. Alrighty. So, soul timing, slow and formative, waiting for fullness and ripeness, outliving old struck patterns by slowly wearing them out. Okay, so my first initial thoughts and feelings were the timer of an oven slowly ending, and then it just goes ding. In the Aries full moon video, we had talked about everything synchronizing and how I said that this kind of like hand motion of something round and synchronizing is important. So it sounds, and they're very similar, to say the least. So the hand motion is very much like the oven timer in this sense. So then there's Scorpio on both ends here. On the, I can't show you now because it's lagging, but there's Scorpio on both ends of the astrology chart. So it means it's initiating endings and transformations. So you experience lessons. This is another part of the degree. You experience lessons in humility and simplicity, an extravagant streak which relents only relentless pressure. Cross purposes. All right. So it sounds like an effort to do as much as hard work as possible due to timing. A lot like those baking challenge shows. Like that's just what I was getting, those baking challenge shows. Everything is in a rush. Every ingredient or process needs to be put together to look and taste what it needs to for two reasons, cross purposes. So the next thing I'm reading in the degree is you have an attachment to personal inclination of the most stubborn kind, yet a desperate drive to get beyond the shadows. So one reason being the fact that the cross purposes, the two reasons. One reason being the fact that you can't let something go, the inclination of the stubborn kind, and the other is to hide, a desperate drive to get out beyond the shadows. Next, I'm going to read Mars 24 degrees Scorpio, which was right next to the sun. And I knew this was going to come up, but I didn't anticipate this to come up in the astrology. So this is going to be juicy to say the least. So this degree is coca bushes growing wild in the Andes Mountains. The proliferation of worlds, discovery that there is more, far more, the burden of knowing too much too soon. With Mars being the driving force, this is saying with Scorpio ruling the unknown changes, there is a lot of fear behind this. Fear of what everyone, the collective, is going to go back and look at all of the receipts. And the next degree is, the next paragraph in the degree is, and the desperation to escape from your destiny into any one of so many worlds, which is all the different incidents at different times. So the next paragraph in the degree is an overwhelming need to deny what lives within, a well-practiced art of self-evasion, intricate and advanced, yet the pursuer, the destiny being, is relentless and unimpressed with excuses. When tracked down and faced with everything you most fear, there begins a different journey at the heart of existence. So it seems like with Mars ruling Aries also, This is about authority figures and Scorpio ruling secrets. So this authority figure is either going to be too prideful or they're going to fight back or both. Um, they're either going to speak out or there's going to be an interview regarding the past and receipts because people have questions. And we, the collective, aren't going to believe it, obviously, because we are the pursuer, the destiny being. And but there is more. Um, the different journey is another Sag ruled archetype or characteristic. So, other than ruling journeys, it also rules visions. So, people are going to see something about this authority figure's tactics and then get taken down a different path because there's something else we're not seeing as far as skills, tactics, etc. This all surrounds communication, which brings us to Mercury, 16 degrees Sagittarius. A man shearing sheep, practical fortitude, resiliency to keep finding a way to do it, a discovery to get through the deepest conjuries, the greatest karmic traps, ingenious and resourceful, paying attention to the cues, going to get it right. You are involved within a path that requires discipleship and apprenticeship, learning the ropes. So it sounds like this authority figure sees it as a game, looking for certain questions, certain things to be said first, because that's what a cue is, so they can respond in a way that they've learned how to. The resourcefulness indicates that they have a lot up their sleeve. So, if it was an interview, would it be planned out because there's cues involved or not? Either way, it's there. All right, so the next paragraph in the degree is a pervasive conviction grows and forms of how it really is. You're willing to take every step to reach a far, a, a far goal and attentive to what is really there. Okay, so I'm cutting it off there because, all right, you guys can read the rest of that degree if you want to, but this is basically saying that this authority figure is going to be like, I'm sorry, I'll do better to earn your trust back or whatever. Like, it's very much what that is saying. It was so oversaturated to where I couldn't even, it was like, like I wanted to throw up. Okay, Mercury, 16 degrees Sagittarius. Okay, remember that's what the one is called if you want to look it up. All right, so next we have the moon, 20 degrees Sagittarius. So because we're all thinking it, we're all ready to eclipse that bullshit out, which is believing all that saturated, I'm sorry, I'll do my best to earn your trust back, whatever, I'll do better. Like, we're ready to eclipse that bullshit out. The changing of water into wine is the title of 20 degrees Sagittarius. So, the accustomed round of events is a setup and a springboard into what we hope to find when we search and strive. So, and this brings me back to the new moon and Libra reading we did when we talked about abusive relationships on a collective level. So, would you believe or forgive an abusive person? And furthermore, why do abusive people apologize? They're afraid of us striving without them. So who really needs who? And the next paragraph says, a basic circle of common experience is an indispensable container for miracles to be born. The ongoing continuum of life takes through itself an innovative and visionary and offers an arena for action to reach across everybody. So, the relatable abusive experience makes room for revolution to go viral. Straight up. So, and now, the first riddle in this degree. And I guess we have a little bit left to go, so it's fine. So the first riddle in this degree is, the ordinary is ecstatic with promise, fertile with worlds beyond. And this is in 20 degrees Sagittarius, if you want to look it up yourself. So the ordinary would be water if you're comparing it to wine. But if water is ecstatic with promise and fertile with worlds beyond, the first thing I think of is holy water. And then the next line is, and almost all of it makes itself felt gently and intrinsically. All right. So when you drink all the wine, you get a drunk feeling. Point blank. That was the first thing I thought of. Enhancing all budding possibilities, prophetic of a new earth to be inhabited every day in a fuller sense. Embrace is ravishingly part of the mix. So, holy water is enhanced water because it's crystallized. Everybody knows that. So, the budding possibilities would be the COVID symptoms. So, if we're talking about drinking in this whole riddle, then there's a strong hint to where the budding possibilities are coming from. And to normalize drinking holy water now if you're getting COVID symptoms. So, and the whole line that says, is ravishingly part of the mix, sounds like, I don't know, it just sounds like a party gift. Enjoy your drinking, but here you go. It's like a gift of a bottle of wine that you would normally get, except in this sense, it's the holy water with your wine if you want to. So I really liked it. And this is going to be the first part of the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And I will see you for part 2 of this video tomorrow.